Welcome, welcome, folks. On today's episode, our thank you series, season 11. Thank you for stopping in to check out my conversation with Nikki and Luisa, who've been in my life in a really fun way for 23 years. Hi guys, Ozzy Stewart here. Welcome to season 11's Thank You Project segment of our On the Call podcast network experience. I do appreciate you for tuning in. And on this episode, I'm shining light happily on Luisa Cerutti and Nicky Lindheimer, who through their magical store just up the street from where I lived, brought such joy whenever I stop in to see them. Listen to our conversation. Please like, follow, share, comment. Makes me happy already. Support our donate page. Support our store. Comment. I can't say that enough. And step in, become a member on our membership page so that you can be part of the experience of this other kind of conversation that we have, which is different than the ones that you're seeing now. So, I'm going to say a little bit, well, it's going to be a minute talking about these two. So, hang in there. A legacy of unaffected living, Domus NYC became an iconic landmark in Hell's Kitchen from 2002 to 2024. Domus, New York City is a store. This beloved store, Domus, translating to home in Latin, was located at 413 West 44th Street, was founded by dynamic owners Luisa Cerutti and Nickಿ Lindheimer, who drew inspiration from their extensive travels around the globe. The shop was renowned for its quirky, artsy feel characterized by eclectic window displays, a distinctive red doorway, and a warm, welcoming sign that invited passersby to explore its unique offerings. Before launching Domus, Luisa Cerutti cultivated a rich background in retail. She spent 5 years as a footwear buyer at the prestigious Fifth Avenue JOAN DAVID store. And prior to that, she owned Luisa Boutique in St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands, where she showcased clothing, shoes, and accessories while also creating captivating store displays. Luisa's experience included serving as an area manager for the BENETTON Group. Remember them, guys? From 1980 to 84, further deepening her expertise in fashion retail. Fluent in English, French, Italian, and Spanish, her linguistic skills were instrumental in her global sourcing efforts. Prior to founding Domus with her partner Luisa, Nickì Lindheimer built a career in retail that combined her love for art and design with an entrepreneurial spirit. She embraced an open-minded approach to merchandising, allowing her to expand the store's offerings to include arts, crafts, and whimsical gift items. Together with Luisa, she embarked on annual trips to countries such as Vietnam, Morocco, Cambodia, Myanmar, Philippines, India, South Africa, Mexico, Peru, Cuba, Colombia, Laos, or Laos, some say, and Guatemala, forging relationships with artisans and championing fair trade practices. Nickì, also passionate about travel and craft, teamed up with Luisa to establish Domus as a home goods store that would reflect their adventurous and passion for global artisanship. At Domus, the vision was clear. If they liked a product and believed others would too, they would carry it. This open-minded approach allowed them to expand their inventory beyond home goods to include arts and crafts, toys, playful items, making their store part gallery or part art gallery, part showroom, and part gift shop. The store featured an array of globally sourced products, from hand-dyed tapestries from Peru to wool throws from Italy and stone gift boxes from Vietnam. Notable items included decorative pillows, organic baby clothes, vibrant soaps from Afghanistan, exotic Brazil wood cheese boards, hand-woven runners from Guatemala, inlaid wood boxes from Morocco, and telephone wire baskets from South Africa. Their collection told stories of artisans from around the world. With a commitment to fair wages and sustainable practices, pathways for social change. The store's centerpiece, a massive tree adorned with unique ornaments and wind chimes, served as a metaphor for the interconnectedness of various cultures and crafts represented within their walls. Domus NYC earned significant accolades, winning the prestigious West 42nd Street Award for Best Retail Store 3 times, 2020, 2022, 2023, and being named a runner-up in 2021. The store was also frequently featured in the popular West Side Stories segment and received coverage from New York Magazine, acknowledging its special place in the New York retail landscape. Despite the beloved store's closure in October 2024, just last year, Luisa and Nicki remain committed to the essence of Domus, currently working on a book titled The Ornaments Book, which will celebrate their journey and the artisan stories behind their products. The duo is also exploring ideas for a pop-up shop and an Instagram business to keep their connection with customers vibrant. You can find them now at www.domusnewyork.com, and you can follow their adventures at Domus NYC. Luisa and Nicki encourage their loyal clientele to sign up for newsletters to stay updated on future offerings and developments. Beyond their commercial endeavors, they are passionate about supporting various causes, including animal welfare, arts and culture, children's rights, civil rights, education, environmental conservation, and human rights. Their philanthropic efforts have always been integral to the Domus mission, reflecting their desire to contribute positively to society and empower the vulnerable. You have both been a part of my history for 23 years now. You, through Domus NYC, have without a doubt left an indelible mark on the neighborhood, synonymous with creativity, culture, and a special kind of love for the immediate and larger community. Despite the beloved store's closure on October 31st, 2024, Luisa and Nicki remain committed to the essence of Domus. They have worked on a book titled The Ornaments, written by Maddie Salmon, released December 18, 2024. This book celebrates their ornaments that have hung on the tree that people love to buy, they come for, they shop for. It also talks about culture and a lot of artisan stories. So check them out as they look at doing a lot of pop-up shops. Check them out on their Instagram, their website. Their website is www.domusnewyork.com. Their Instagram is at Domus NYC. And please join them. And so now we go to the questions. We're going to start with Luisa.
Okay.
Can you share what initially drew you to the fashion retail industry and your journey as a footwear buyer?
So, first of all, I started in Italy. That's where I was born. And then I was studying chemistry at the time. I became a chemist.
Wow.
And as soon as I became a chemist, I realized I did not want to spend my time in a laboratory.
Right.
So I started traveling. So I went to live in Paris for 2 years. I went to live in London for 5 years. When I was in London, Benetton contacted me, and they asked if I would work in one of their stores. They were opening a lot of those stores at the time. So I opened some stores there, and then they asked me to come to the United States for them to open stores here. And I opened 22 stores in the United States. Yes,
Okay.
in Kentucky, Tennessee, North and South Carolina. And that was the time when Benetton was everywhere.
Yes.
It was just the best new thing.
Yes.
And unfortunately for them, they opened, I think, too many stores too fast. And so it created a lot of problems, which fortunately I was not part of, because by that time I had decided to go to the Caribbean, and I lived in St. Thomas for Virgin Islands for 10 years, where I opened my own boutique.
Why the Caribbean?
Well, the sun, the sky, the water.
Gotcha. Okay. Got it.
Loved it all, loved it all. Yes, so I had my own store there for 10 years. And when I decided to close the store and move to New York, one of our clients told us that she was running stores here in New York. And so she offered me the job to come, and it happened to be Joan and David, and that's where I worked for 5 years when I first came to New York. And then 9/11 happened, and so my industry collapsed. Nobody was buying clothes, nobody was partying, nobody was going anywhere. And Nikki, well, she'll tell you more about it, but she was a chef. And so her industry collapsed. So we had one of those epiphany moments where you really start wondering what is really important. And in our respective jobs, we hardly saw each other. And so we decided to recommit to each other and to work together. And that's kind of the roots of Domus.
Right.
Yes.
And Nikki, how did you come to be, what was your rite of passage in terms of, where you grew up and being a chef and getting involved in retail and all of that?
My father had a gift shop, and that would be like my first job. And I always saw him. He included me in buying trips and stuff. I swore I would never have my own store. I knew right then that was not a wise move.
Too much work.
Just go to work for somebody else, get a paycheck, and come home. So anyway, I go off and I learned to cook, and cooking allowed me traveling.
Right.
And then after 9/11, we were just kind of regrouping about what we wanted to do. And I knew Luisa had experience in running her own shop. And I was just like, why don't we just try to do our own store?
It was her idea.
Let's work for ourselves.
Right.
And that's how it kind of, Louise always likes to set a beautiful table. So the first idea was it would be called Tavola, around, because after 9/11 we were all nesting and wanting to be,
at home
and with our people, you know. Yeah. So that was the first idea of the store, which we dropped. That was one of the best ideas or advice that we got from our friends. Don't lock yourself into the table. Yes. So we kind of, but that's how it started. Right. Yeah. I guess about bringing us together, right? Just like people.
I'll save that for the next part. Can you tell us how about your time managing the store in St. Thomas? Because you're there, you said 10 years?
10 years, yeah. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So, yes, I had a boutique over there. So it was more about clothing and accessories.
Right.
it was a lot of fun because people come to the island to have fun.
Right.
The people on the island deck themselves out to the
Right.
nines. Absolutely.
Right.
So I used to sell a lot of gowns in the
Really?
Caribbean. A lot of gowns.
So
Yes.
crazy.
There are always ways to reasons to celebrate over there.
Okay, gotcha.
So it was a lot of fun. And the reason why I decided to leave after 10 years was because I'm more of a city person.
Yeah.
So it was, I was missing the theater. I was missing, certain conversations that one may not want to get involved to when one is, in the sunshine and on the beach. So I was missing all that. So then I decided to move to New York.
What skill? Well, did you have mentors at all? I mean, that helped influence you in terms of your rites of passage. You know, because a lot of times we kind of are loners in our thinking and doing what we do, and we don't have. I know I don't have many mentors in terms of what I'm doing.
What I can say is that I've always been very headstrong and very clear. I'm a Leo, and like when I was in Italy, I would get so impatient with people that would be, lolling around, trying to figure out what to go, what to do, and go where, and so on. And I would be already gone,
Right?
So done. Right. So I have to say that it's more my character, my personality that is very entrepreneurial.
Right.
It's.
Do you have other siblings?
Oh yes, I'm one of 7. So yes.
Okay. And where are you in?
I'm the 5th. Yes.
You're the 5th.
Yes.
Okay.
And I would say most of them are as entrepreneurial.
Oh,
yes.
cool.
Yes. It's like a bug. I don't know. It's.
What about you? Do you have other siblings?
No.
No. So it's you.
An only
Me and my
child.
And then to go from being in a gift shop, not wanting to be involved in the gift shop, and then owning something for 22 years. Wow.
Yes.
Who chose the name Domus? How did that come about?
Well, you're the Latin
Yeah,
one.
maybe I did. Yeah.
We had a bunch of different names, which I don't remember what they were now.
Right.
That we had a list of, and we just liked Domus.
Yeah.
Yes, because Domus, it means
name
home
of it.
in Latin. So then we knew that we wanted to, to help people make their houses a home.
Right.
So
In terms of the style of the store, it was pretty eclectic, and it was like I said before, it's like a fantasy world going in there.
yes.
And the thing is, if you start buying, it's like almost like you can't stop. You start with something, and then it's like, I see that. Want to put that aside for me, that kind of thing.
Yes.
But they're always so different. Like the piece behind you, and on that side, and
Pillow.
Oh, the pillow, my pillow that blends so well with everything. How did that part come about? Was it because of your travels, or was it just a personal taste?
I think both.
A mix.
Yeah.
And as well as our customers. Because, we have to like it, of course.
Right.
And then our travels would form, I guess, a different appreciation.
Right.
For workmanship and things like that. But then also, you get to know your customers and what they've asked for, what they like.
Right.
And they have very well traveled as well.
Right.
Our customers are.
And our customers have been so opening, they've been so open
As to
to us.
let you know.
And
what,
they've invited us for dinner or tea or something. And so we see how they live. Maybe they travel a lot to other people's homes. And then we realize, people might want to bring a gift when they go to a friend's house.
Right.
And they need that you just listen.
Right.
Yes.
What challenges did you face when you first opened the store? Like how did you overcome them?
Well, I think the financial burden, first of all.
Right.
So we opened the store on a shoestring, truly. If you see this, the first few days, the store had hardly any merchandise at all because we only received the keys to the store 3 weeks before we actually opened. But we knew that we couldn't miss the holiday season. We opened on November 29th, 2002. So just the day after Thanksgiving.
Right.
And we knew that we had to have something in there because there were those 4 weeks where you must make a sale. And so the financial burden, so we borrow, we didn't steal.
Right.
we a lot of the vendors allowed us to have merchandise on consignment at the beginning, and so that helped. So and as we got the first few customers, then we were able to go and purchase more things, and so on and so on.
How do you ensure that artisans were paid fairly for their products?
That's one of our the most irksome things in the market or in the retail market. It's you have the big stores, the big department stores, you have the big chains. They go to the artisans and dictate prices. It's they are so below the dignity of an artisan, but because of the large quantities, they see that they cannot refuse. It's an offer they cannot refuse, literally. But so the big chains have built in a big discount already, because they underpay the artisans. What we do is exactly the opposite. We find artisans and then we say, what do you charge for this? And that is their price.
Well, and we also research.
Yes.
To see what the fair price should be, because sometimes people, you have, but trying to make everybody happy.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
In what ways have your travels and relationships with the artisans influenced the products you choose to sell?
Well, they are the main reasons why we travel. So we do a lot of research. We find out what our crafts are made where. And then we plan our trips. It's truly an itinerary of crafts.
Okay.
So we know that we have to go to a certain village up in the mountains somewhere, and then we have to discuss how things will work for us. Because sometimes while we appreciate the skills of the artisan, we may have to change the design in order to appeal to an urban store. So we go and we give them time to make the prototypes. And yes, so that's why our trips take 4 or 5 weeks at least, because we go and spend the time with them to develop the product.
Yeah, because I always wondered, stores closed for that length of time, a month and a half or so.
Yes.
And it's like, what happens? And it's not like Christmas. It's not like New Year's. It's like...
Well, but we're very smart because after Christmas, in January, people get their Christmas bills, so that we go away. And also the weather is bad and so on. So we always joke that in order to for us to choose a place to travel to, it has to have certain qualities. Be sunny, be warm at least in January, February, and have good food and have good crafts, and for us to be able to afford to be there 4 or 5 weeks.
That's a lovely life though as well.
Yes, it is.
What are some of the most memorable moments that you've had at Domus that stand out?
At the store or in our trips? At the store. So many, truly.
Top 2.
Let's see.
We were closing.
Yeah.
And when we announced that we were closing, the first day, there was a line out the door.
Yes.
Yeah.
It went on all day shivers long. Now, right? And that happened actually quite a few times.
Yes.
And then there was another moment where we're in the store and it's busy, how small the store is, and we have 11 people at the register at all times at least. Every once in a while I look up and go, oh my God. So we're working, Luisa's helping people, and all of a sudden somebody just said, I want to thank you. And they started clapping.
Yeah.
Everybody
just cried.
stopped
Yeah.
and started clapping.
Yeah.
And that happened twice.
Yeah.
I don't know how, I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know. Of course, we feel undeserving, but it was so sweet.
So
I mean,
sweet.
so
Another wonderful thing was at the beginning, we would come on Thanksgiving Day
Yeah.
to do the Christmas windows.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have any other days off.
Yeah.
And so one of those Thanksgivings, people came and brought us food, and they set a table for us inside the store for us to have Thanksgiving dinner. It was so nice. So
You see
it was
the
really
impact?
wonderful. Yeah, no, so wonderful. So many amazing.
and you know,
moments.
each day there's something
Yeah.
magical that or magical might be a strong word, but something that happens of just community.
Right.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah,
and
really special.
and this is our family. You're
Yes,
our family.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, so that's was the hardest part to say.
To say goodbye.
to Domus.
Yeah.
With all of that, though, you've had. I want to ask you the question: what does customer service mean to you?
You know, it really boils down to treat others the way you would like to be treated. Because I really find so hard to go into stores where either merchandise is so overpriced that you feel like worthless, like how come I cannot afford an $800 white t-shirts like
Right.
at Barney's?
Right.
Or where people are there and totally disregard your presence.
Right.
Or the music is so loud that you feel like I'm 40 years too old for this
Right.
place.
Right.
You know, all those little things, they all add up to a feeling of not a well-being. So
They
for
don't
us,
care for the other
yes.
person.
So for us, what we wanted to create really is for people to feel welcome. You know. And it didn't matter how you were dressed, who you were. We have a lot of famous customers from Broadway, from TV, whatever. But we treat everybody the same way.
Yes.
And we are always, I hope, we have always been able to lend an ear if somebody was going through a tough time, or somebody that just needed a little,
Pick me up.
Yes.
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 Yes. So.
But we even go as far as, like, right now, we have a little shipping hiccup.
Yes.
And it's very important to us that
Yeah.
package gets where that customer wants
Right.
that package
Yes.
to get.
Right.
Yeah.
And we were just talking. I wonder if a store would do that for us. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you
Yeah.
just have to.
Yeah. And that's your impact, That's your impact.
I think
It's reciprocal.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's reciprocal,
Yeah.
but looking back, how do you think Domus has impacted the health? I mean, we just kind of spoke about it, but impacted the Hell's Kitchen community? Because you spoke about it coming to you, but out to them.
I
22 years.
think we had a positive impact. I mean, these awards that we have gotten, they've all been people voting us in, and also our store has been always very personable.
Yeah.
So we do order a lot of things with specific people in mind. And I think that the people enjoy having items in their home that are timeless. So I think they enjoy the fact that they look at these beautiful objects and they
Remember you.
Hopefully remember us.
Remember
Yes,
you.
yes.
That's how it's going to be. I
So-
mean, every time I see the pieces, I'm so happy. Anything you want to say?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
As you shift focus post-Domus, what lessons or principles from your experience you'll carry forward into your next ventures? Because now you're looking at, it's not one-on-one like you and I here in the
Yes.
store. It's now,
Yes. Yes.
stuff coming through
This
the
is
internet,
going
not a
to-
lot of conversation, and
Yes. This is going to be the most difficult part, because the part that we enjoy was the personal exchange.
Yes.
We do not particularly enjoy, preparing boxes for shipping,
Right.
or, all of that.
No, we just
back
don't want
part.
to fail the orders
Yes.
without
Right.
a
Yes.
connection.
Right.
Yes.
So we hope
So-
to find a way, which
Yes.
we don't know yet. We have a
Yeah.
few ideas,
Ideas.
Yes.
but we have to get our
Yeah.
hands in the clay, so
Right.
to speak.
Yeah.
because you have a community here.
Yeah, so we really want to try to recreate online the feeling
Yes.
of Domus.
Yes.
So it's going to be challenging, but
Yeah.
hopefully.
But I know you guys will do it, because from what you see, what I see already on there, you pull people in, but it's not overpowering. It's not overbearing. The colors. I just got flapped. I really, really, really wanted you guys to be here. To just also think that you drove down is one thing. The other thing is, when you have somebody in your life, whether you see them, whether you don't see them for a couple of months, a couple of years, and when you come back, and it's like family.
Mhm. Yes.
That's a wonderful thing. So when the family, that aspect is not as close, it's like another thing that you have to deal with. So I'm going to say thank you, Nikki and Luisa, for making it down to this little podcast
It's our pleasure.
and sharing with us. Thank you to Cheese and the OTC team, who's called Cheese, even though he's called Kevin. Cheese. And to my audience for spending your valuable time with us today. Please follow, like, share, drop a comment. Don't forget, the next few questions are going to be with Luisa and Nikki for the Inside the Call, for our members only. We get a little bit more inside scoop. And those episodes, you get 24 episodes a year that you're not going to find anywhere else but on that page on the website. So exclusive to you. And as I always say, but when you're on your beat, stay on the sunny, sunny side of the street. Safely, be health conscious, and kind and kind and kind to one another. Going to need that more so going forward. And don't forget to give thanks for the little and big gifts that we strive through and to this beautiful life. Now, Inside the Call with Luisa and Nikki. Thank you for being here.